Hello to everyone on YouTube, and hello also to all my friends on TikTok. This is me, Stevie B, in Newcastle. To anyone who's in the UK, you're probably thinking that does not look like Newcastle, because this is Newcastle, New South Wales, and this is the Bogey Hole. I'm not making it up. That is actually what it's called. It's a remarkable swimming pool down at the water's edge, waves crashing over the rocks, and it is a truly special place to be. And I'm here because tomorrow I'm going to be doing my Ocean Live tour at the Civic Theatre here in Newcastle. And then from there, I head on to Sydney Enmore Theatre, to Canberra, and then finally finishing in Melbourne, Hamer Hall, before I start filming for Deadly 60 again, which we're all going to be doing here in Australia, which is going to be amazing. So before I get started chatting to you all, before I get washed away by a massive wave, that was very close. I should say a big thank you to the Indigenous custodians of this land and to their elders, past, present, and future. I'm here, though, just to basically answer a whole bunch of your questions. Any questions that you might have on TikTok, any questions you might have on YouTube, before I get washed away. And also, I've got a whole bunch of questions here from the live shows. I've got a sack of them. So I get to answer about, 30 or 40 questions live. Those waves are getting really big. This could be a problem. I get to answer about 30, 40 questions live. There's a big one about to come in. I've got to try and get this on camera. This is going to be quite a biggie. Effectively, I get sacks full of questions that I don't answer. So I'm going to do my best to try and answer some of those for you right now, if I don't get washed out to sea. So someone says, I just scrolled upon my childhood. Well, hello, Miles. Very, very nice to meet you. This is me, Stevie B, sat by the Bogey Hole. Reese DeHaan asking if I'd like to go diving. Yeah, absolutely. Of course I do. I'm actually, when I'm out here to film Deadly 60 in a couple of weeks' time, we're going to be going diving for Port Jackson sharks, wobbegong sharks. We're going up to Wolf Rock to do grey nurse, you call here in Australia, as well as blue ring octopus, irukandji, box jellies, all that good stuff. Let me start off with some of the questions that I haven't got to answer in our live shows. We have here, can different whale species understand each other? Thank you. That's a great question. So not only can different whale species not understand each other, but there are within a species such differences in communication, particularly in things like orca and humpbacks, that different populations of the same species can't understand each other. So there are orca that have such developed communication that those from the Northeast Pacific that feed on one particular kind of prey might not be able to communicate with other orca that are living alongside them, feeding on something different. How amazing is that? I've got a few people here in from TikTok. Someone here, Tomo, saying they went to a live show when they were 8. Well, very, very nice to be back in contact with you, Tomo. Someone here saying that I'm their dad. I'm pretty sure that my little ones are too small to be using TikTok. I really hope they are, otherwise I'm in big trouble when I get back home. They've got someone here, Kieran Price. Hi, Steve. I love watching the TV series. And Dustin saying hey as well. Really good to speak to you guys. I'm not going to do that one. That one's rude. Hi, Steve. Do sharks' teeth count as bones, or are they just flesh and tissue, says Gwen, aged 10. That's a cracking question. So there is a hypothesis that sharks' teeth evolved from their dermal denticles. That is effectively their scales. They're calcified, they're hard, so you can barely say that they are soft tissue. They are definitely tough and slicing. A cracking question. That made me think, that one. I've got Beth here, 6 years old. Steve, have you ever been bitten by a snake? She's thoughtfully drawn a picture of me getting savaged by a snake. Look at that. Yes, I have. I've been bitten by lots of non-venomous snakes. Happens all the time. But venomous ones, I've only had one venomous snake bite, and that was from an adder in the UK, which, let's face it, is a little bit embarrassing. Right, I'm going to get through as many questions as I can before I get swept away here at Newcastle by the Bogey Hole, because the waves are coming in thick and fast, crashing behind me, and so far they have nearly taken away my sack of questions that I've got here alongside me. Someone here saying, big up Blackshaw, big up to you too. Someone saying, thanks for building my childhood. Well, very, very nice to be in touch. Someone saying they can't wait to see me in Melbourne. Amazing. Melbourne Hamer Hall. What an astounding venue. It's quite big, though. It's quite intimidating playing Melbourne Hamer Hall. There's a couple of thousand people in there, and that is, pretty full on. So what else have I got? What encounter have I had that has changed me? From Lauren. I think a lot of my encounters, particularly with big marine mammals, are so emotional that they do change you, that they kind of they set you on this big kind of roller coaster of emotions. Quite often you get out of the water with swimming alongside a sperm whale, a humpback whale, or an orca, and it's just overwhelming. It's overpowering. You find yourself in floods of tears afterwards. I mean, I am a bit of a massive Jessie anyway. Do crocodiles have to swim while they're sleeping like sharks? Asks Harry B. Nice hat and moustache going on TikTok there, loving it. So sharks don't necessarily have to swim to sleep either. So there are some kinds of sharks that can rest on the bottom. They can pump water over their gills using a buccal pump or using spiracles. So not every shark species has to swim all the time to sleep. Crocodiles, they can rest on the bottom for a couple of hours without coming up to the surface to breathe. And they absolutely do not have to swim to breathe. In fact, the two things are not connected at all in crocodiles. Next one. What's your best croc fact? I think my best croc fact is that they have such intense stomach acids that if you find crocodile poo, it just looks like a big lump of chalk. It is essentially just complete powder all packed together. And there's lots of ideas of ways that people in the past may have used those incredibly intense droppings for all sorts of different things, which I'm trying to pick my words carefully, but Maybe look it up online, that one. What next have we got? Steve, when we watch your expeditions, we often see you place a bottle of whiskey in your kayak. No, you don't. You don't. You think you're being really sort of prescient, but you're not. I am not putting whiskey in my kayak. That never happened. What's my favorite kind of whiskey? I might answer that one because that might get me a freebie. I quite like the Speyside, if I'm honest. But do you know what? I'll take anything. Quite often we rock up in a town at the back end of nowhere, and we end up buying like rum for 50p a bottle, and it still works when you're on an expedition. Trust me, you will take anything you can get. That's a strong one. Could you take your shirt off to make my mum jealous? I'm not really sure how to answer that one. To make your mum jealous? I mean, what are you saying? You're saying that I've got better abs than your mum? I mean, have I overthought that? Maybe I have. Hi, Steve. We love your show. An Irish family here. Paul, Paula, Alexander, and Cara. Alexander is 5 and wants to know if I have any pets. So I right now, because I travel so much, don't. However, my little ones have a whole menagerie of different reptiles and invertebrates, which I sense is going to get much, much bigger as they get older. Lots of people getting in touch on Twitter. I've got actually on TikTok. I've got a few people who said they're coming to the show. Amazing. We've got Coronation Street. Someone saying they met me in John Lewis. I'm not sure that's someone who's coming to the show. Someone saying that they thought I was Tim Peake. Seriously, I look nothing like Tim Peake. But yet someone here saying they're coming along to the Newcastle show tomorrow. Amazing. Going to be at the Civic Theatre tomorrow evening talking oceans. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it, that I'm here at the Bogey Hole in Newcastle with waves crashing around me because it's, very on message. Someone saying, is it me recording or is that AI? I mean, come on. Seriously, if we had AI, do you not think we'd make me a bit better looking, less wrinkly? Hello, Parcelius, asking, have I ever visited Rotterdam? No, actually, I haven't. That's I should definitely go. What advice would I tell my younger self when I was starting out in the business? That's a really good question. So I don't know. I kind of feel like I made a lot of mistakes when I got started, particularly in expeditions. And those mistakes have led to me being the kind of expedition leader that I am now, because you learn so much more from your mistakes than you do from the things that you get right. So I wouldn't want to stop me from making those mistakes because they're a huge part of the experiences that I have now. So that is an absolutely rubbish answer to your question. Sorry. After doing the bullet ant ritual, do you believe it gave you any health benefits? Asks Cassie Harmon. So Cassie, I have to say that for days after doing the bullet ant ritual, to anyone who hasn't seen, look it up on YouTube. It was with a tribe called the Satere Maui in Brazil. I put my hands into a pair of gloves with bullet ants inside and was stung thousands of times to the hands, and holy moly, it hurt. Did I feel like I had any long-term effects? I certainly felt for a little while afterwards like a god, like a superhero, like I could do anything. It was amazing. I know that was just a massive overdose of adrenaline, right? But still, it was amazing. Someone says, Steve for government. That's a big statement. I love it. Someone else saying, can I say happy birthday to Jill? I think it's Jill. Giles, sorry. Massive happy birthday to you, to anyone else here who is having a birthday. Huge happy birthday from me here at the Bogey Hole in Newcastle. I'm not making it up. It is actually called the Bogey Hole. And as you can see, there are waves crashing behind me. See if I can give a little bit of a tour of this remarkable place. You see these incredible flat rock pavements, and there's the Bogey Hole behind me. It's a gorgeous swimming pool, and then Newcastle town is just behind that. And you've got the mountains there, waves crashing. It is absolutely sensational. I'm going to try and see if I can set this up a little bit better, because it looks nicer looking that way. Look, doesn't that looks great. See if I can do that there and still have a little bit of volume. Amazing. Another one asking me happy birthday to Theo. Very, very happy birthday to you, Theo. All the very best to you. What else have we got here? Josh, this guy, do I have a favorite country to film in? Well, I'm going to be filming some more Deadly 60 right here in Australia when I finish my live shows. And I've got to say, it's an amazing place to do the job that I do. It's got everything. It's got the most venomous octopus, the most venomous snail, the most venomous animal in the Irukandji, the box jellyfish, the biggest sharks, the biggest crocodiles. It's got everything. The most venomous snakes, most venomous spiders, some of which we're going to be filming while we're here. So yeah, it's pretty hard to beat Australia, I've got to say, in terms of the kind of thing that I do. To anyone in Australia, my Deadly 60 show is going to be back on the ABC in 2 weeks' time, and then the new Deadly 60 that I'm filming right now will be out probably in September or October. Same to everyone in the UK as well. The new series will be out in October, I would guess. Someone here saying my opinion on Liverpool. City of culture, isn't it? Liverpool, city of culture, city of music. What an amazing place. Not to mention the Tate, of course. Who would win in a battle between a honey badger and a jaguar? Asked someone here. I guess being on separate continents, they're two animals that would never meet. Jaguars are a serious animal. On the most recent filming trip that we did in Brazil, we saw a jaguar jump on, catch, kill, and then eat a crocodile, a caiman, which is a crocodilian in the alligator family. It caught it, was bigger than the jaguar, picked it up in its mouth and ran away with it. And I said, happy birthday to Scarlett. Happy birthday, Scarlett. Really, really nice to have you on board here at the beautiful Bogey Hole where I am. How's my Boston asking, how's my experience been in Australia so far? It's been amazing. It's always amazing being here. The people are fantastic. No one loves their wildlife more than the Australians do. And I get to be somewhere like this, doing a bit of a live chat with you all, sat in the Bogey Hole here in Newcastle, which, doesn't get much better than this, does it? As someone else, oh my gosh, I've got so many happy. How many birthdays are there today? This is absolutely amazing. Lots and lots of different countries as well. I've got someone here from Iran, someone from South Africa, someone from the Philippines. Absolutely amazing. Well, it's very, very good to be chatting to you all. Someone said, thank you for my childhood, Steve. You're so, so welcome. Charlie, have you been to Brisbane? Oh, Charlie, I was there last night doing my live show. Very, very sorry that I didn't get to see you. But to anyone who is in New South Wales, I'm here now. I'm going to be at Newcastle Civic tomorrow, going to be at Sydney Enmore Theatre the day after that, Canberra, and then Melbourne Hamer Hall. So if you're in any of those places, Gordon Ramsay III from Melbourne in Australia. Hi, Gordon. Loving your cooking. I'm going to be in Melbourne Hamer Hall in about 3 or 4 days' time. Arena says, what are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I'm enjoying the massive waves that are threatening to wipe away my camera and my laptop. Here at Bogey Hole. I'm here to do live theatre tours. Someone's saying, what's my opinion on Bear Grylls? Well, Bear's a pal of mine, and I think that what he's done for the scouting movement is incredible. He took it from an unfashionable organisation that was, frankly, floundering to one with, in the UK alone, 100,000 people on the waiting list. And to anyone out there who it could help with volunteering in scouting, we need you. We need your help. And that's also true for Australia as well, because there's so many young people that can benefit from your experiences. So please do get involved. I've got someone asking what my favourite and creepiest cave critter is. I would say probably the Scutagera or Scolopendra centipedes are the creepiest. Holy moly, those things give me the proper willies. Brisbane in question marks, asks Han Nee. Yes, I was in Brisbane last night. I'm so sorry. I didn't see you. My pal and I went for a big cycle in Brisbane, and we got horribly lost. And yeah, we very, very nearly didn't make it back to the hotel and didn't make it in time to get back for the show. That would have been fun. Then I did big trouble. Someone here asking, when is Deadly 60 coming back? Well, on the ABC, it'll be back end of January, early February. And then the new series is going to be out. We haven't quite finished filming it yet. We're doing a whole bunch here in Australia and Indonesia. And then it will be back probably around about September time. Let's get back to a few more questions from the live tour. How much % of the sea has been explored? So there's a big wave about to hit. Big wave about to hit. I'm going to try and get this one on camera because this one's going to be good. Oh, wasn't that good? It's a bit disappointing. Oh, well. Yeah, I talked it up. Got all excited about it. Absolutely no wave at all. What percentage of the deep sea has been explored? A tiny, tiny percent. Probably no more than 2 or 3% of our deep sea has been explored, and certainly of the very, very deepest sea. Someone asking what my shirt says. I was given it last night by someone at the Brisbane show, and it says Coral Watch. It's from a group of, well, he was a young activist who is very, that was a biggie, very involved in protecting coral, gave me this shirt and I'm wearing it with pride. Someone asking, am I in Dorset? Do you know what? Oh my gosh, this looks just like Dancing Ledges, except it doesn't look like Dancing Ledges does right now, because Dancing Ledges will be freezing cold and I'm out here in a t-shirt. Someone's saying that I look very like Steve Backshaw. Weird that. Someone else saying they used to watch me when they were a toddler. That makes me feel very old. Someone's saying happy birthday to, who's that's gone zipping past? To our marine-loving Monty in Cornwall. Hello, Monty. A very, very happy birthday to you from me and from Holly J too. Someone else saying they thought it was at Dancing Ledges. I'm not. I'm at the Bogey Hole in Newcastle, New South Wales. Right, you all. So listen, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you all from this very beautiful place. I am going to wrap this up before I get swept away and my camera and laptop do too. Jedi Monkey got GCSE mocks today. I want to wish you the very, very best of luck. Huge, huge best wishes from me. It's a Gordon Ramsay 3. I'll see you in Melbourne, Hamer Hall, sorry. And all the very best to you all. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you. And all the very best from me, Stevie B.
The questions were